guys, what's up? So this is my first YouTube video for bass fishing, and we're just gonna go over my must-haves in a tackle box. So currently, right now, I'm building a bass arsenal because I lost a lot of stuff over the winter. So I'm gonna help you go through some of the stuff that you can get really anywhere. I'm at Walmart right now, and you can get these things at any department store, Walmart, if there's a Kmart around anymore. I don't even know if those are still open, Menards, anything. So first thing we're gonna start with are soft plastics. I always buy one of these. They're about 10 bucks, 10, 11 bucks, and they come with just a different bunch of different soft plastics, over $20 value, probably over a $30 value, but that is number one, are these soft plastics, either these ones right here, or different, I go with Yum all the time, that's just what I use, but these different soft plastics, you can, or Power Bait, or Berkley Power Bait, I always go with them. So I always go between Yum and Berkley Power Bait. So another thing we're going to go down to, once we get to the hardware area, we're going to go with Eagle Claw laser bass hooks. Always go with these, whether it be the 4.0 offset or 3.0 offset. Worm weights, and barrel swivels, which are over here. Those are, when it comes to hardware, those are what you guys need. When we get to different lures and stuff, those soft plastics go with different hardware. But when we get to lures, some of the things that I keep in my tackle box at all times are definitely that you can fish really all season of the year, whether it be summer, fall, just all of them, even winter. First thing, jerkbait. For some reason, bass love a tight, especially in cold water, a tight wobble. That's where you go with the jerkbait, where you can jerk it around. When we also talk about a tight wobble, especially when it's cooler water, we go with the, which I'll make another video about explaining different crankbaits, but crankbaits with like a flatter body that have that tight wobble. So I always go with a Rapala. That's just something I always go with. That, or again Berkley. These ones have a really nice tight wobble. These Berkley flicker shads. So another thing besides the crankbait, besides the flat body crankbaits and besides the jerkbaits, are also the wider square bill crankbaits. These are really good for summertime when the water's a little warmer. You can go anywhere from Strike King to, again, Berkley. Berkley has some too. Just about any of them. These are just my preferences. Excuse me while I do this. Crankbaits. So we got the crankbaits. So there's three areas of the water that fish are always going to be at. They're either going to be at the top water, surface of the water, the middle of the water, or they're going to be feeding at the bottom. We'll go from the bottom up. When you're at the bottom, what you want are these crawling grub jigs. I always buy about 4 or 5 of these, just at the beginning of the year, and most of the time they last me that long. Most of the time they get, the other half of the time they get caught up and stuff. So definitely crawling jigs. That's when you're at the bottom. Another thing when you're at the bottom, like we're talking like, I'm from the Great Lakes area, so 20, 30 feet. You're gonna want those crankbaits with the long bills that will dive down. Like this one goes between 11 and 13 feet, but it's a slow rise. So any like stuff like that, anywhere that goes deeper in the water. Now that we're at the let's go to the middle zone. I like to use these spinnerbaits. These are only $1 and they work. They're off-brand, but they do work. These are only $1. When you're fishing these, what you do is you find a finesse worm usually. Even with, alright, so we're gonna bring the chatterbaits on these two. With these two, these are when you're fishing the middle of the water, even deep part of the water at sometimes. But what you do is get a finesse worm or something, which a finesse worm will look something like, let me find out, something like this. Any color, I love going with white. That's why I caught my eye. And then you put them on the hook, you bait them. So now, my favorite part of the water. Oh, also middle. We're still in middle. Let's stay in middle. Because everything just keeps catching my eye. Swim baits. If you want to catch big bass, you gotta use swim baits. Okay, so now we're at the top of the water, which is my favorite part of the water. I'm just gonna grab everything at once. Where are they at? Okay, my favorite part of fishing, bass fishing, the top water. What you're gonna want to use is topwater frogs and topwater poppers. These things will get some nice explosions. Trust me, especially the frog. For some reason, on a hot summer day, bass love frogs. So that's my video on must-haves in a tackle box for bass fishing. This is my first video, so don't judge. But we'll go more into depth as my series continues on different, like I said, different crank baits, different jerk baits, different crawling jigs, whether it be a floating jig or a crawling jig. We'll get into all that. So hope you enjoyed my first video.